beautiful people. This is Leanne, and welcome to Note to Life podcast. And today I'm going to talk to you about building an honest relationship. Um, I, by no means, is not an relationship expert, none whatsoever. A lot of the things I'm going to share with you is based on experiences, and I've always been that type of person that is very observant, and I try to listen to the other person's point of view with my heart instead of my ears. So I listen with like feelings instead of listening with my ears. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's how I listen. I try to listen so much with um, the information that the feelings that I get with the information that the person is telling me, more so than what my head is telling me and what my ears are hearing. So by no means I am not a relationship expert. But yeah, this is very important. I personally believe that you can't have trust without honesty, and you can't have honesty without trust. And let me break this down for you. So the first part, you can't have trust without honesty. Um, Honesty is basically the foundation. It is basically where it all starts, where it all begins. It is the root of trust. You can't begin to have a trusting relationship with yourself and with anyone outside of you without honesty. The second part, you can't have honesty without trust. What I mean by this is, for example, um, if I'm gonna have a really deep and honest conversation with you, I gotta be able to trust you enough that whatever information I share with you, that it's not gonna go beyond you and I, that it's gonna stay in the vault, and that you're not gonna judge me. So that's what I mean by that. Um, so I got four things that I feel is very important to building an honest relationship. Number one is knowing who you are. You have to be able to differentiate yourself from your outside influences, like your families, your friends, your coworkers, your classmates, the society. Um, and be true to yourself. Don't make choices and decisions based on what everyone else is saying. You got to be able to make choices um, based on you and your well-being, and what you stand for. So knowing who you are is basically like, what are your what are your interests? What are you passionate about? What motivates you? What pisses you off? What are your likes and dislikes? What can you tolerate? What are you willing to accept and not willing to accept? Um, what what drives your soul, what makes you happy. Those are the things to know in order for you to know who you are. You don't want to get into a relationship not knowing who you are, because then you're going to believe in everything. It's just going to be a whole cluster mess. um, Going into a relationship knowing who you are, knowing what you like and dislike, knowing what you're willing to accept and not willing to accept, knowing what you respect, knowing what you want in a relationship, and knowing what you're able and want to and willing to bring into a relationship is really, really the fundamentals of having a very honest relationship. Laying everything out on the table. um, I believe that laying out laying everything out on the table like the first week is really good. I don't care what it is. You don't want to waste 2 weeks with any. I know for a fact, for me, I don't want to waste a week with anyone who can't be honest with me from the beginning, from the get-go. I want it all. And I know not everyone is like that, but it's basically depends on you and your timing, and your time, whatever is comfortable with you. But it's really good to just be honest from the get go. Um, So the second one, consistency. I always say this: the truth is not in the words that comes out of your mouth, the truth is in your actions. So you could say whatever you want to say, but if your actions don't align to what you're saying, then I know you're just talking a whole bunch of mess. um, you gotta be consistent with your words, and you gotta be consistent with your actions. Your actions and your words get aligned with each other. You can't say, this and that with your words, but then your action shows different. It's just not gonna it's not gonna fly with anybody. So you gotta be consistent with your words and your actions. The third one, listen to understand. This is a big thing because a lot of us, we listen to react, and when we get so caught up with listening to react, we basically are not listening. We're not getting the whole message of what a person is telling us. So you got to listen to understand, um, without any judgments. You got to listen with compassion. um, you got to listen with kind ears and a loving heart. And you gotta be in the present with the person, so the person being able to trust you and being comfortable enough to sit down with you, to share you their stories, whatever they want to share, with you. You gotta respect them enough to at least listen to understand and not get so caught up with listening to react. um and number four, accepting. No matter what, all of us came into this world as an individual. All of us is gonna leave this world as an individual. You gotta be able to accept the reality that your partner is your partner and you yourself is yourself. Your partner is gonna do things different than you. Your partner is gonna see things different from you. Does not mean that they're lying or they're being dishonest.